What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Akala, I hope I'm remembering to say that correctly. I'm sure I will either hear it or remember at some point, or be told at some point.
FanDuel Casino, with hundreds of games and thousands of winners every day.
FanDuel. All right. Well, we got that ad right there. Okay, so I'm checking out Fire in the Booth Part 2. I believe what was requested for him was 4 of them. I'm just going to double check. I got my Fire in the Booth recommendations right here. Mike Righteous 2, 3, 4, which we've done. Now we're doing Akala 1. I just did that. And 2, I'm about to do that right now. And then they also requested 3 and 4. So we're going to be doing 1 through 4 of his Fire in the Booth. I saw a few people commenting on the last one. I would love for you guys to let me know what to check out after. I don't even need to hear the next 3. I mean, I need to because I'm going to. But just based off of that first Fire in the Booth, I need to hear more. So if you guys have recommendations on where I should start, please let me know down below. I would love to find out a little bit more of what he's done. I'm enjoying Mike Righteous a lot. I'm about to record 2 reactions of his songs right after this. But I would like to find out a little bit more about this artist right here. So let me know down below. Let's make sure we show our love and support. And let's check it out.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Akala, brother, you know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble.
We know what time it is.
Yo, Akala.
Wow.
Knowledge
Akala.
is power. Volume 1, mixtape, 28th of May. Listen, AkalaMusic.com.
Chase.
Tiny bit more vocal, please, actually. Listen, knowledge is power, always. Listen.
The scam, brother, the scam!
Oi, mate, my personal life's great. Some of you would love me more if I rub that in your face. Okay, well, let us run down the resume and have a little chat about Akala's living today. Big whip, nice yard, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done. Shows, couple little companies, neat little office, everything going.
I just want to pull that back a little bit. Like that, I know that seems like a small thing, but that's masterful right there. Hold on, let's play it again.
Well, let us run down the resume and have a little chat about Akala's living today. Big whip, nice yard, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done.
See, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done. And like the natural flow of the way that was going, that should have been the end of the sentence, which means the end rhyme should have come in. But he needed to rhyme with globe. Done. Pause.
Shows, couple little.
Masterful. Masterful.
Many continents that I have done. Shows, couple little companies, neat little office, everything going swell. Little bit of profit, built a business educating kids from the block. So far as I'm concerned, you gotta be a mug to not rate him. Own my own masters, still my own master. Novels and scripts on the way. Rap is just a part of the genius in his head, and he knows it. Dickhead, since I used to kick ball for West Ham with my big head. Back in school days, wearing hand-me-downs from my sister, and gal was still onto man. Now that's some Ross charisma. It's just I took my.
That's dope. He just said I was wearing my sister's hand-me-downs and girls were still into me. Hey, that's dope.
Man. Now that's some Ross charisma. It's just a nipper. I took my first pull of Rizla. And who you think gave me that? Yeah, my bigger sister. So when we speak of struggle, cousin, it's yours. You know the same old madness. Working class poor, yeah. So may have won a couple awards. I guarantee you that my family just as messed up as yours. All the abuse and the alcoholism and drug.
The goosebumps are starting. The goosebumps are starting. The way that he delivered that part, oh my god. And then the content, man, like it's like there's no break from the content. It's like either he's following the scheme of like him storytelling. So he said, well, let me tell you how things are going, and then kind of transition from there. Now he's talking a little bit about his background, right? So the story is kind of carrying on through, but he's just doing it so well.
Knew you think gave me that, yeah, my bigger sister. So when we speak of struggle, cousin, it's yours. You know the same old madness. Working class poor, yeah. So may have won a couple awards. I guarantee you that my family just as messed up as yours.
See, like, so right there, like he's telling this story, but then he's like reminding you that this is why you mess with me. Here's the relatability, right? Even though I just told you how successful I am and all the things that I've done that you've probably never done or will never ever do, this is why we can connect. That's dope.
Madness, working class poor, yeah, so may have won a couple awards. I guarantee you that my family just as messed up as yours. All the abuse and the alcoholism and drug addiction. Uncles going to prison. This is working class living in Britain. It ain't great. You gotta be kidding. So please don't ever get confused by me spitting. Cause yes, I said the ghetto's in our head, but no, I didn't mean if you live next to a food yard, let that's in your dreams. I meant believing in the madness they spout about us is far more dangerous than putting us in council houses. So yeah, I criticize, but from a place of love, never, ever. Cause I think that I've become above every young bruv you wanna judge as a tug. It's me, man, it's a little guidance and love. So I think that you're the mug. And why be smug when it's an actual fact? We all commit crime simply by paying tax. Cause we didn't go and tickle them people in Iraq and ask them so politely for all the minerals we extract. We blew.
I gotta pull that back. We all commit crime by paying tax. And before he even went into like making commentary about like the whole war in Iraq situation, which I'm not going to spend time getting into because I have some opinions and I think that certain people are going to feel a certain way. So let's just not get into it. But before he even went into that, right away I was like, yeah, these freaking governments are like corrupt. They spend this money to do all sorts of shady crap all over the world or even in their own countries. Like, yeah, that completely makes sense. But he's talking about something specific here. So let's go. That was dope. That was so sick. He had a couple references back there which I didn't fully understand. I think they're maybe very British things, so I didn't fully get it. I think he was like calling somebody a mug. I know mug like mugging somebody, but I don't know if there's another meaning to it. Why don't you guys let me know? I'm still very new to the lingo and stuff, so.
Man, it's a little guidance and love, so I think that you're the mug. And why be smug when it's an actual fact? We all commit crime simply by paying tax. Cause we didn't go and tickle them people in Iraq and ask them so politely for all the minerals we extract. We blew children's heads off, set fire to backs. With a gangster nation, get down and you get clapped. So when you see the youth, they're running around on the road with heaters, don't be surprised, they're just copying their leaders. Long as the wars stay in places that are brown and poor, we can all pretend to be abhorred, but we applaud.
I gotta pull it back. Listen, guys, it's gonna be a long one. I'm still like shell shocked from the previous bomb he dropped, and then there's more bombs coming in. All right, let's just pull it back a touch. The visuals he gave us there of like the children getting their heads blown up, and like it was just, that's very raw. I love that he's touching on this. Like I really, really love that he's not afraid to talk about this topic.
To backs with a gangster nation, get down and you get clapped. So when you see the youth, they're running around on the road with heaters, don't be surprised, they're just copying their leaders. Yep. Long as the wars stay in places that are brown and poor, we can all pretend to be abhorred, but we applaud. If you go up to Knightsbridge and get violent, the policeman that duckers you will probably get knighted. If I don't want to fight you, cuz it ain't cause I'm frightened, I'd just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. Perfect. I ain't scared of bleeding, I am cause it ain't cause I'm frightened, I'd just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. Perfect. I ain't scared of bleeding, I
didn't hear that part. I don't want to waste too much time, so let me know what he said right there.
Just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. Perfect. I ain't scared of bleeding, I am scared of breathing another breath in this world where everything is so uneven. When millions murdered in the Congo when it's barely news. But if a footballer's wife should buy a pair of shoes, I'm supposed to give a apparently I do not. The world's a reflection of your block, and if you think a world that profit from their death and be totally cool, thinks you're better cause you live here, you're a bloody fool. Look around at genocidal abuse, I swear to humanity ain't nothing but a virus with shoes. Then I pick my nephew up from school and I look at the youths and see,
oh my god,
abuse. I swear to humanity ain't nothing but a virus with shoes. Then I pick my nephew up from school and I look at the youths and see the love they show each other, and I'm just so confused because they ain't learned yet what is their race or religion. So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play our position in the system. Look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition. Now listen, Akala sick, but he raps about racism too much. Could you imagine I gave a flying cause it's amazing. How many wanna claim they love this music with no respect for the actual struggle that produced it? Did hip hop not start in segregated hoods? Are them hoods not still segregated? So it's really good. Are the First Nation not still on reservations where the age of 46 is the average life expectation? And fellas, I wonder where the favelas.
Oh my god, man. What are you guys doing to me? What am I supposed to do here? Oh my god, that is incredible. Like, how are you guys gonna like this music and respect this music if you don't respect where it was birthed from, what caused it to start, the struggle that it came out of, the struggle that it represents? Oh my god.
You struggled that produced it. Did hip hop not start in segregated hoods? Are them hoods not still segregated? So it's really good. Are the First Nation not still on reservations where the age of 46 is the average life expectation? And fellas, I wonder where the favelas have been suddenly knocked down and replaced with something better. If you got sense, you see fights are joined, and race, class, and gender besides are the same coin. So if you're really down for justice, whoever the people who suffers, whoever you are, I consider you my sister's brothers, but call it what it is, like Carlin or Bill Hicks. Not these patronizing left-wing little twits that ask me dumb shit on a...
I think those are also references that these sound contextually, it sounds like they are political references, so I'm not going to get those, but let's keep it going.
Whoever you are, I consider you my sister's brothers, but call it what it is, like Carlin or Bill Hicks. Not these patronizing left-wing little twits that ask me dumb shit on a superior tip and wanna act like cause I read I saw less violence as a kid. Don't make me an exception for your mental protection from accepting the madness in the system we are left in. That was the clearest thing to come of August events. All the closet bigots started speaking their minds again. So when a Jamaican or Asians misbehaving, of course it's cause of their skin. Blonde hair kills a million people, that's just him. And it's entertaining, some people are so thick, but I prefer that than all of the fake grins, cause it's the only problem. People claim they wanna solve but don't actually wanna talk about how it
Dude, oh my god, I'm still absorbing the blonde haired guy kills a million people, that's just him. You know what? This is something that like I've talked about for a long time. I'm tired of seeing like if a black person is involved, if a person, any person of color, so if my people are involved, like immediately the thought goes to, oh, it's an act of terror, or like if it's black people, then it's like, you know, like gang violence, or, you know, it's just like that's the automatic assumption. But if it's a white person that does something, they might be mentally disturbed. They had something going on. They're mentally ill.
all the closet bigots started speaking their minds again. So when a Jamaican or Asians misbehaving, of course it's cause of their skin. Blonde hair kills a million people, that's just him. And it's entertaining, some people are so thick, but I prefer that than all of the fake grins, cause it's the only problem. People claim they wanna solve but don't actually wanna talk about how it evolved. You are told this country really, really yours, sir? What they did to brown people did to their own poor first, and originally in the States working class whites were also enslaved. Then no one talks about it today. Ever since the master came with the system of privilege, made the working whites the overseers, mulattoes the house, cause put the darkest blacks in the field. That mind is with us still. $billion industry, skin cream and bleaching pills. And let's be honest, most people are my complexion to this very day.
So true, man. It's so true. There's countries where that industry is crazy. Like entire places that are still developing, that are still third world, because of everything that's happened in the history of the world and these conquering white nations, you have entire countries full of people that spend money on products to make their skin lighter. Like, have you ever thought about why that is? Why do all of these other countries, so think about white countries, think about European countries, think about the Americas. White people want to get tan. They want skin color like this or like bronze or whatever. But the places where we come from, that like the dark skin is seen as a weakness, right? It's seen as a hindrance, as something that works against us. We want the fair skin, right? Like, oh my God, dude, this is nuts.
Industry, skin cream and bleaching pills. And let's be honest, most people are my complexion to this very day still think they're better than the darker section. You say it's changed, then only educate me about Wilberforce, not about the Africans in Haiti who beat the armies of the British, Spanish and Napoleon. From the moment they stolen them, there was no controlling them.
Building your business online?
I'm almost glad that this ad happened right now. I needed a second to breathe. Okay.
I was in school, she said, no, you never fought for stolen them. There was no controlling them. When I was in school, she said, no, you never fought for freedom. No, we freed you, and you were on your knees pleading. And what's more, did you know that we kind of saved you from the barbarism of Africa? You should be grateful when enough of our own people can't be bothered to read that they actually believed that we were swinging from trees. They don't know the Kingdom of Congo had embassies in Italy 500 years ago. Literally ain't heard of St. Maurice nor Septimus Severus. They ain't studying the past cause they think it's irrelevant and attempts at pretending ancient Egyptians weren't African. Nothing more than pseudo-intellectual lies. They obviously ain't read what Aristotle and Herodotus said about people that they saw for their own eyes. And Egypt's been invaded since the fall of the pharaohs.
Listen, this guy's coming across like he's an intellectual. Like, he knows a lot of stuff. He's even referencing a couple things that I don't know. Like, I'll say that my knowledge on the history of Africa is not that deep, but for him to reference, I would love to look that up. I'm gonna go look that up on my own time. But the Congo having embassies in Italy 500 years ago, I know nothing about like the history of Africa, so I would love to check that out. But this guy seems like he knows a lot of stuff.
When Herodotus said about people that they saw for their own eyes, and
like he's just referencing philosophers here now.
and attempts at pretending ancient Egyptians weren't African. Nothing more than pseudo-intellectual lies. They obviously ain't read what Aristotle and Herodotus said about people that they saw for their own eyes. And Egypt's been invaded since the fall of the pharaohs. Not once, not twice, but many, many times. So nobody wants to explain why so many statues are missing noses. Even when them statues made of granite, it ain't one people alone mistaught about themselves. We live on Celtic land, but don't learn about the Celts. The same Irish people you characterize as stupid during the Dark Ages, some of the most educated living in Europe. And did you learn the numbers you count with every day was invented by Indian people? I bet you didn't. Or how many million Indians fought for Britain in both world wars? Still you got the cheek to call them immigrants. We don't learn about the Moors, of course. For some that knowledge dangerous. Is it a problem, the impact they had on the Renaissance? When people take power over another group, we minimize their achievements so we can make it feel true. So if you think Columbus was first to sail ocean blue, you probably believe Elvis invented rock and roll too. And oh, for the record,
oh, that's so nasty. Oh, that's so nasty. Let's keep going. Oh my
people
God.
take power over another group. We minimize their achievements so we can make it feel true. So if you think Columbus was first to sail ocean blue, you probably believe Elvis invented rock and roll too. And oh, for the record, no doubt I believe in peace, but not for 1 second, and they'll turn the other cheek. They slap you, slap them back. Take teeth. The only way you bully ever learn is getting beat. Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer. That's why these MCs.
Oh, goosebumps through the whole body. Oh my God. Fight fire with fire. No, fight fire with water. The life-giving source is stronger than the destroyer. Something to that effect. Oh my God. Why? Why do people like this not end up as the people that we like idolize, and the people that we, maybe not idolize is a strong word, but the people that we make stars or make like famous and that everybody listens to? Like, the fact that this came out 10 years ago and has 1.2 million views is criminal. Wow. That was insane.
For 1 second and they'll turn the other cheek. They slap you, slap them back. Take teeth. The only way you bully ever learn is getting beat. Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer. That's why these MCs can't speak to me. No, all men are not made equally. My brain's made of iron fiber, conducting the livest wire. My average grade's higher than Oxford or Cambridge require. I don't want credit.
Oh my God, dude. I can't do this.
Fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer. That's why these MCs can't speak to me. No, all men are not made equally. My brain's made of iron fiber, conducting the livest wire. My average.
Like, that is so dope because just of how our neurons fire, and like for him to kind of make that connection with like electricity and conducting wire, and it's like wire sends signals, and oh my God, dude. Oh my God, that's such a dope parallel. I don't even know what's happening right now.
conducting the livest wire. My average grade's higher than Oxford or Cambridge require. I don't want credit because I got a message. I want credit because I'm the best MC. Dead it. When I came out way back in 04, sister, I just won every award. Most man would have done the bait thing, put big sis on the chorus chords. That would have been A-list draw. Quickly I would have been famous more, but look how I came in this thing raw. Bang up the streets some more. If I MC then I heard me rap, I'd be like, what the? I ain't never gonna be that good, so I better not push my luck. It will embarrass me. Only insanity would make you challenge me. Better hope if we bump heads, that day that I feel like charity. If not, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in search of a meaning. Cause all it
Better hope that if we ever clash heads that day, I feel like charity.
that good, so I better not push my luck. It will embarrass me. Only insanity would make you challenge me. Better hope if we bump heads, that day that I feel like charity. If not, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in search of a meaning. Cause all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius. Why I'm Panama, I push the perimeter. Can you imagine?
There's no use in searching for a meaning because all it means is that you are useless or something. I don't know what he said right there. And I am a genius. Oh my god.
No, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in search of a meaning. Cause all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius. Why I'm Panama, I push the perimeter. Can you imagine if I'm sicker than average? I killing with character. Benjamin Banneker, look at the marriage. I stamina damage. A boy from Britannica. Gotta look for the whole of the calendar. So cold that I roll in the challenger. Why you man roll with the amateurs? I'm too much harder. You can just call him Father Akala, but I don't talk shit like a pastor. You already know that I'm smarter than half a bloody disaster. If I ever start, I'll probably a prodigy, make you a martyr for these crap MCs that mumble. Then see me in the flesh and crumble. Never told you that I was humble. No, I'm not. Don't lie. I'm so sure in my writing ability that I feel like I'm finding divinity. Sit down and me rhyme a soliloquy. My agility, time in this military. What a singular team for the mini-me. It seems you're a fiend for the mimicry. Your team couldn't dream of the synergy that I been when I scheme when a wicked beat. There goes again with the big words with best syllables. Get your dictionaries out. That's what I'm about. Clowns wanna shout. Flash them, smash them in the mouth. Bloody professor, a man of the letters I read and I'm sure that I'm better. Never regretting the...
Listen, I'm not gonna try to break that down. Like, this is gonna be this reaction is gonna be like an hour long. The delivery, the ability to speed up like he's just flipping a switch. Oh my god.
That mumble, then see me in the flesh and crumble. Never told you that I was humble. No, I'm not. Don't lie. I'm so sure in my writing ability that I feel like I'm finding divinity. Sit down and me rhyme a soliloquy. My agility, time in this military. What a singular team for the mini-me. It seems you're a fiend for the mimicry. Your team couldn't dream of the synergy that I been when I scheme when a wicked beat. There goes again with the big words with best syllables. Get your dictionaries out. That's what I'm about. Clowns wanna shout. Flash them, smash them in the mouth. Bloody professor, a man of the letters I read and I'm sure that I'm better. Never regret an endeavor to dead an oppressor. I think that the lepers that think that their pleasures are better endeavors than all of our pressures. But see me, born in a rage. Maroon blood coursing my veins. As you can see, I was born for the stage, but I'll never be their cultural maid. Some say that we're political, is what they're doing isn't. Don't they preach a political doctrine called materialism? But for all the Italian clothes that you wear, or German cars that you drive, or French champagne that we'll buy, will still be monkeys in their eyes. So why you were begging it? Who knows? Italians fight to wear Jamaican clothes. Italians call their own women for everyone's entertainment, bro. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the one with the codes of the flows all over the globe. I'm bunning down shows, but still don't oil my chest and pose. Pose a threat to the power structure. Not because we're anything special, but because we're the people together. And that's the only way things change ever.
Oh my gosh. Akala just tore the building to pieces. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I just been schooled for a hot minute right there. Certain MCs, you know what? Like, I don't want to hear you. Don't call my phone. If you ain't coming to destroy a beat like that, don't call my phone or you're going to get a voicemail. Akala, wow.
I'm gonna pause it right there, guys. I'm gonna continue the reaction in a second, but the way you guys will see it, it's just gonna cut off right here, and then it'll cut back in, and I'll be right back. My son's just waking up from his nap, so I gotta go take care of him real quick, and then we're gonna come back and finish the last 5 minutes of this. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I think I was wearing a sweatshirt before I left. It's been, I don't know, 3 hours or something. It's just like, you know, he woke up from his nap. I had to take care of some stuff. Doesn't matter. I'm back. I even have my food here ready to go, my dinner, but I wanted to make sure I finished this first before I eat. So let me go ahead and finish this up. We got 5 minutes left. Let's check it out.
I don't even know
He's absolutely destroying this right now, by the way. Like,
what to say.
Yo, little story. Let's take him down. Yo, listen. Yo.
I know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts, absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane.
oh, okay. I see why this is the most replayed part now that we're coming up on. Look at how much this has been replayed. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And then he said,
Akala! Wow!
Story, let's take him down. Yo, listen. Yo.
I know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same.
dude, goosebumps already. I just sat back down, man. My recording's at like 90 seconds right now. Oh my God. Absolute powerlessness does the same. Wow. Like the people at the top are corrupt. And then it's like the people in the middle kind of end up talking crap about both, right? Like they complain about the people in power, and they complain about the people below them, saying that, oh, like they're criminals, they do all sorts of things. But it is the top and the bottom that, he's addressing right now with this. This is crazy. I'm gonna pull it back.
Know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day. Yo, listen. In a scheme of living, my life wasn't hard, but as far as Britain goes, I practically starved. Sleeping in a tracksuit, gas meter running out, electric cut off as well, candles lighting up the house. Looking in my mother's eyes, I see how she feels. The strain and the pain of just paying bills that ain't real. And that's how I grew, like so many more. And that was part of who I am very sure. You wanna know the rage I feel in my stomach? No, my mom and dad split up when I was still in her stomach. And not everything that happened I will put in 16s, but I will tell you enough so you will know what I mean. My boy's mother got cancer the same time as mine, but his
for the visionaries who
Whoa.
think ahead and get ahead.
Let's go ahead and mute that real quick. Skip that.
her mind survived. It was crazy back in her stomach.
Talking about his parents splitting up while he was still in his mom's stomach. Right?
And not everything that happened I will put in 16s, but I will tell you enough so you will know what I mean. My boy's mother got cancer the same time as mine, but his mother died and mine survived. It was crazy back then. When I was like 10, already had the mental strength more than many grown men. This was a couple years after my stepdad left. Did he really know the crazy mess that he left? Because mum done recover from the lumps in her neck, but being poor and alone couldn't cope with the stress. My big sis fought, so much so, now I hadn't left school. When she left home, I was 13 by now, still a little kid, innocent. Next couple years though, will turn him to a militant. That is the result of no food in the fridge. And every other day you're getting searched by the pigs. Plus these patronizing teachers, though my grade's sick, trying to emasculate me, yeah, turn me to a Anna. Don't mean a woman, please let me be clear. I mean a spineless man, because what do they fear? More than a working class brown male with a brain. When our energy is harnessed, everything changed. Look at Pac, look at Marley, look at Hendrix, look at Garvey. This is the potential that is wasted on a daily basis. A racist, classist world that we're living. Still we coming for nothing and we educate millions. I see why it scares you. It's like, how dare you overcome obstacles that we have been careful to place in your way every step of the way. In this so-called democracy where kids get sprayed, blacks and the Asians, Turks and the chavs, crowded in council flats, living like ants. And who's more confused than so-called white trash, talking this madness about they want their country back? It never was yours. You should read more. What they did to brown people, they did to their own poor. But people's memory short, so much that I'm seeing black and Asian kids cuss Eastern Europeans. No pot to piss in makes competition. I feel
Goosebumps. What he did there to flip around, kind of like addressing like the history that, again, that white European, and I'm not trying to like pick on it, but it's the reality of history, right? Like it exists. It doesn't mean I'm going around looking at white people being, you owe me something. Like, I don't believe in that, but knowing the history is important. And when people are ignorant to the history, it allows them to behave in ways that they don't understand the damage that they're doing with their behaviors, because they don't know what people had to come through or come from to get to where they are today, right? That's so powerful. And the fact that he's talking about like the brown and black kids in Britain being like so assimilated to the British culture that they're talking trash about the Eastern Europeans that are coming in as like dirty immigrants coming in, and why are they coming into our country and blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Was yours. You should read more. What they did to brown people, they did to their own poor. But people's memory short. So much that I'm seeing black and Asian kids cuss Eastern Europeans. No pot to piss in makes competition. I fail to see how this is an effective system when cats and dogs in America and Britain eat better food than most of humanity, and we spend our technology only on killing. How is this more than sophisticated savagery? It was once said the world is a stage.
Listen, that part, I'm just going to pull it back a touch. I don't know everybody's background. I had a very fortunate life growing up. I had moments of hardship. And my moments of hardship, fortunately for me, were short-lived. But they existed. And that part that he's talking about where like in Britain and in the Americas, I say Americas because I want to include Canada in that as well. You don't realize that like people take such good care of their pets. Like I know people who are like they're getting like high quality meat and they want to make sure that their dog doesn't eat like regular dog food, like they eat raw or whatever this movement is of feeding your dogs this stuff. And there's people that can't eat regular food. Like when I was going through my worst times, I was literally like buying a loaf of bread and like the cheapest, meat that I could find. And that was my food for the week, right? And I used to fill my stomach with water at night right before I went to bed because it would make my stomach feel like it was full. And people are out there, and like that's me in a small glimpse. Imagine people who have to live like that every day, right? It's crazy. The inequality is crazy. And it's a solvable problem. It's just not worth solving for these guys, right?
To pissing makes competition. I fail to see how this is an effective system when cats and dogs in America and Britain eat better food than most of humanity, and we spend our technology only on killing. How is this more than sophisticated savagery? It was once said the world is a stage, each person just an actor with a part to play, like the middle class kids and kids of the rich that have everything but yet still they pissed on their coke and ketamine, strung out on. I ain't generalizing, look at the evidence, so go to Glastonbury any year, you will see. But unlike Carnival, it won't be crawling with police, this is London. The kids on the very next street had a very different life experience from me. And in my experience, they can't help but be smug after a lifetime of what they think's just good luck. But they're still more anxious and more thankless. Unearned privilege weighs like an anchor, that's why they copy what we do, trying to be what they not. They will grow up though and get better jobs and maintain a system that they claim that they hated. They can't fight against, they got a stake in this matrix. Hip-hop is just a fad to them. You didn't know? But for us, this is our living, breathing soul. And yeah, they might backpack in South America or even volunteer in an African village. But all said and done, when push comes to shove and hits the fan of middle class and British, and I ain't even dissing. That's just how it is. Most rich brown people are just as full of shit. So much more concerned with our cars and jewels than most of the world's poor looks just like you. So much more concerned with being privileged few. And who knows, maybe me too, because absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane.
Who's bad? Akala's in the building, man! That's what you call a real MC right here! Just schooled you, man!
Yeah.
Please pay attention!
Power.
Knowledge is power!
power.
Akala's just put it down, man! I think we just witnessed something real legendary. I think history has just been made in the BBC building, man.
Yo, I really mess with this guy. I love that. At this point, I feel like I can't wait. I'm leaning back. At this point, I feel like I can't wait to get done with his Fire in the Boots because I want to check out some of his other stuff. Instantly, I'm a fan. Like, I was already a fan in the first, but after this, it's like, done deal. I'm in. Knowledge is power. Maybe there's only one person left here listening at this point, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it out there. The systems that we grow up in and that we are educated through are designed to keep us uneducated, because when you are uneducated, you are easier to manipulate and control. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. There's no excuse. We live in a time unlike any other, with an abundance of information unlike any other. Now, that's dangerous as well, because you can have misleading information, but there is no excuse for you to not go out there and try to educate yourself. There's no one to blame but yourself. We can sit here and blame the system and do whatever. The system's not going to change tomorrow. It's up to you, right? I could sit here and complain about the government and complain about this and complain about that, but the fact of the matter is, it's in your hands, right? It's in my hands. I have to educate myself. Which reminds me, I want to kind of look up some of the stuff that he was referencing in the middle there. It was really cool to hear a rapper talk about philosophers. He talked about Aristotle and forgetting the second one that he mentioned, but I want to look up about the embassies in Italy, 500 years line. Like, I want to check that out. If you guys are still here with me, I really appreciate it. As I mentioned earlier, please let me know what I should be checking out after I do his Fire in the Booths. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.